recording yet? There we go. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Wingin podcast. Andre, how you doing, man?
I am doing pretty good. I mean, considering that nothing really eventful has happened all this week.
No, not really. Outside of some people getting overly upset about certain things,
Nothing you can do about that.
Yeah,
That's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's just gonna happen. Got certain celebrities trying to blame video games for stuff that is clearly their fault. They don't even talk about their own accountability. Yes, I'm talking about Joe Rogan, and that's what we're talking about first. All right, so Joe Rogan on this podcast. First of all, let me clarify this by saying Joe Rogan's all right with me. I don't really have an issue with him, honestly. I like his podcast. His podcast is okay. It's pretty cool. I like some of the subjects he have on this, some of the topics. I don't watch every guest he has because some of his guests I think are, not worth me listening to. But I like his podcast. It's not bad. But he made a statement about video games, and the thing is, I wasn't going to bring this up, but the problem I see with it is just like the issue I had with Senator Jack Thompson, where he would just blame stuff on the gaming community. And I'm like, you don't even play games, dude. So Joe Rogan, now he played games. He self-professed gamer, and he said he got to a point where it was taking up so much of his day and his time and his thoughts that he couldn't go near it, and so he's distanced himself from it. Now, the only problem I had with it, he didn't take accountability. I'm a gamer. I've been gaming since I was 8. Everything's about balance. If you do anything you can actually, anything can be turned into, I don't want to say like an addiction, but it can be if you allow it to lord over your life. Mm-hmm. When you don't want to go out, you can be addicted to movies. Hell, there was one dude who went to go see Endgame. What was it, 57 times?
That's issues. A lot of money.
Yeah, issues. So I'm like, but anything can be that. But at the end of the day, you have to take accountability for your actions. So if you were playing games, you felt like games was doing that to you because they're so good. The problem ain't with the gaming industry. The problem was with you. It wasn't with the games you were playing. It was with you. Like I said, I've been gaming since I was 8. I have a full-time job. I go to work because I know I got bills to pay and I'm an adult. I can play the games when I get off from work. And for me, gaming is my, it's like, because the games that I like to play are not like, I know people like the Call of Duties and all that stuff. I like to play action adventure JRPGs because I like stories. So they're like a good one is kind of like my stress relief. It's kind of like opening up a book to me, which, by the way, I do still read. But it's kind of like opening a book depending on the kind of game it is. But the one thing he didn't do that when I saw the podcast, and I had to cut it off just because I got sick of hearing it. But I'm like, dude, you didn't take any accountability for your actions because nobody put a gun to your head and said, play them games. You weren't forced to do that. So don't go blaming stuff for don't go blaming that for your actions. And I'll leave it at that. Do you have any thoughts on it?
No, I'm in agreement. Basically, I would be saying the same thing. Like, he made the choice to put the games above everything else. That was his choice. Like, I understand addiction and addictive behavior, but video games is one of those things where you can walk away from it for a little while and come back later. Hell, I've had stints where I've gone without playing a video game for 2 to 3 months just because I had other stuff to take care of.
Same here.
Like, it's so, I mean, maybe it's just like, since I know it's something I always have the option to go back to, I don't put so much weight on it. But a lot of people, I guess, tend to want to put so much stock in it because they want to have the latest and the newest at all times and being on top of everything. But like, that's detrimental.
Yeah.
To people in general. Like, that's why I'm like, if I don't have something, I don't have it. Like, but I enjoy what I do have. Simple as that.
And plus, my backlog is ridiculous. So yeah, I always got something to play. I'm not one of them people that pretends like I can purchase every AAA game every month. I'm not one of those people. I would love to play Ghost of Tsushima, but I got like 5 games I got to finish before I can even pick that up. That's why I'm like, I'm probably not gonna get that till Christmas. I want to play it because that's right up my alley. It's a samurai. It's right up my alley, but I just have to wait. I chose to buy something else before it came out, and bam, that's where I'm at. I want to get Origami King. I gotta wait. I just got too many games I gotta finish before I can get that. See, that's me knowing I'm like, okay, these are the games that I got. This is how I'm gonna space my time out for playing it. So that's why I do like let's talk impressions instead of full on reviews, because most times I'll go without playing that game for probably about 2-3 weeks, just because I have other stuff to do, and I know if I get into it, it's gonna take like 6-7 hours. Like for instance, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. I'm almost done with it, but I had played it in like a week and a half because I've been working on other stuff. I mean, because I know as soon as I get into it, that's a Saturday. That's just my Saturday. My Saturday's gone after that. But I want to make sure I have time allotted so I can do everything I want to do or need to do and get to where I want to get to in the story. So it's all about, perspective, I should say, and priority. And me, that kind of just like, okay, dude, why would you even say that? One, because like I said, nobody put a gun to his head and made him play video games. They didn't do that. So that was your choice. And then I would not have had an issue with him if he would have took accountability. I had an issue because he didn't take accountability, and I can't stand I can't stand this idea nowadays that people have where something happens, they don't have to take accountability for it because it's everybody else's fault. No. No. If you did something, you need to, take accountability for it. So there it is. Next thing that's up on the list of ridiculous. This is kind of ridiculous just because, okay, I don't mind leaks if they're leaks from something that's, pertinent. These leaks that's been coming out Nintendo, though, yes, Nintendo has a leak issue. I'm like, okay, so we getting what games we getting this year? Nah, these leaks from like 20 years ago.
That's not an issue.
20 years ago? Bruh, them games ain't coming unless they getting a remaster. Them games ain't coming out. Why? Yeah, man, Nintendo had leaks. They have a real leak problem. No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. Unless the leak's about something that's coming out this year, no, they don't have a leak problem. I mean, Nintendo are looking at it like, y'all really think that's a leak? We let y'all have that. We don't even. We was actually cleaning up our database. And we were like, oh yeah, we got to get rid of this stuff. Hey, just let them have it. Andre, man, do you like these leaks that Nintendo is somehow, how dare they let them out? These are detrimental to Nintendo, by the way. You know that all these leaks.
The only thing I could say that would make any sense as to it being a possible problem is that Nintendo revisits some of the stuff that they were going to do if they didn't do it. But chances are with a lot of this stuff, they probably already used something very similar, or they repurposed it for something completely different. So, I don't see a problem. I just think I look at it as, okay, it's cool gaming history that may have or just didn't happen.
I just wouldn't call it a leak because it's not a leak.
If the point that it's not going to be used, it's not a leak. At that point, it's just old information they couldn't use.
It would have been a leak if this was 1994. This is not a leak, dude. This would have been a leak if it was 22 years ago. This is not a leak. So
at this point, they just cleaning out their storage. That's all.
Yeah, like damn, we still had this. Yeah, man. Miyamoto sent all this stuff down here like 10 plus years ago. We forgot to take it out. That's what that is. That's probably what that is.
I was like, well, yeah, go ahead, spread it out there. Let somebody talk about it. We'll see what people do.
I just think I thought that was funny just because I'm like, dude, that's not what a leak is. I'm like, that's really not what a leak is. I mean, I could see if it was like to me, a leak would be Breath of the Wild 2 bringing back dungeons, and you're gonna be able to play as Link, Zelda, and Ganon. That's a leak. that is a leak.
Yeah, that would be a leak.
An extra character in freaking Star Fox is not a leak from from Star Fox from the SNES is not a leak. that's not a leak.
So, see, a leak right now would be something like saying, and if it happens, oh, a new custom Robo game is coming out and it's going to be out in March of 2021.
Yeah,
that would be a leak.
That would be a leak.
If that happens, I swear.
Yeah, because usually when you say stuff, it actually happens. Hey, I'm gonna need you to say something about that your background screen, your background image.
Oh, there's videos. There's a video coming for that. No worry about.
Anybody at High Voltage or Nintendo? Yeah, that would
High Voltage, Nintendo, or Sega.
Or Sega. The both of those games, please remasters. Thank you. All right, so I don't think anybody would be mad about that. I don't. I know I wouldn't personally on an emotional level. I'm just saying, man, Nintendo ain't got no first person shooters. I mean, they was already made for a Nintendo system. All you got to do is just repurpose a couple things. I got 2 very good Joy-Cons that don't have a drift. I'm just saying. They need to be used.
Oh, they're not sliding along the sides of the streets of Tokyo, driving down roads really quickly.
These are facts. So, yeah, but yeah, so let's move along to now this is a funny one. So the Microsoft presentation last week, week before last, and they had a new game from Rare. And they showed the trailer for it, and I thought the trailer looked good. I still think the trailer looks good, but I had a small issue with it. I'm like, it doesn't tell me anything. I don't know what I'm doing. It's just beautiful. So I posed this question: should a game be shown when the developers themselves has no idea what it's going to be? And the reason why I say that is due to an article I read on purexbox.com. They don't know what that game is supposed to be. So you mean to tell me that you have been working on assets, working on, video and background and environments, but you don't know what the game is supposed to be? So we don't know if it's a platformer, action adventure. We don't know if it's a point and click. We don't know if it's a visual novel. We don't know if it's Square Enix making a movie. We don't know. we don't know if it's action RPG, turn based. We don't know if it's tactical. We don't know if it's a horror movie from Guillermo del Toro. We don't know nothing. And apparently, neither does the developer. So my question is, why would you even show a trailer for it, one, when they don't know what it is, which obviously means they don't have a release date, which obviously means they don't know what it's going to be. So why are we even showing that? You should have just had them working on that and just be like, when y'all come up with a story or something, then we can do something with it. I'm not showing this and y'all don't know what it is. I don't understand that. I was hoping maybe you could help me out with that.
It's odd that they would do that. And the only thing I could think of, even just now, is if they were going to revive something like Project Spark. Mm-hmm. Because that wasn't a set game. It was an engine with a bunch of different assets.
Yeah. Kind of like Little Big World, right? Like Little Big Planet, right?
Planet. Yeah. But without having to exclusively use Sackboys. But it's just... I'm like, which direction are y'all going to go with this? Are y'all making this like an engine where people can build their own games with it, which y'all attempted to do? Or are you going to be actually making a game? And at that point, if you are making a specified game, shouldn't have been showing anything off without knowing what you are making this game be about. If nothing, everybody should have learned from No Man's Sky. Everybody should learn from No Man's Sky not
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah, that is not a smart or good look when you do something that's stupid. But like I said, the game, the trailer they showed looked beautiful. It did. I was like, dude, I'm actually digging this art style, but I don't know what you want me to do in this. I mean, there was no definitive bad guy. It was just beautiful vistas, and you see some characters, and you see some creatures, and when they asked them about it, they didn't know what it was. So
that's all there was to it.
So you put together a trailer for a game. You have no idea what it is, which means there is no release date at this point.
Nope.
Because you don't even know what it is. What are we doing? Yeah, what are we doing? What are we doing here? And that goes back to the issue that I had with Microsoft buying up all them companies. I'm like, okay, yeah, you bought all these companies, but you ain't using what you got. I'm like, there's no reason we shouldn't be on Jet Force Gemini 4 or 5 by now. There's no reason we shouldn't be on Cameo Elements of Power 2 or 3 by now. There's no reason we shouldn't be on Perfect Dark 10 by now. There's no reason why we shouldn't be on, and we're about to get to this one too, Battletoads 2 or 3 by now. There's no reason. You have Rare's library outside of the Donkey Kong and Star Fox Adventure Dinosaur Planet. You have their entire library, and you ain't done nothing with it. But you're going to let Rare work on something that they don't even know what it is?
I'm saying, but like they got Conquer. If they don't put that abomination back on screen that they tried before, will be good. They could still do a kiddie version of Conquer that looks like how he looks.
Yeah.
And do Conker's own kart racing game. Like I don't know why there is not a Conker kart racing game. It would be simple to do. The idea itself is simple. They've already got experience working on Diddy Kong Racing, or at least they should have the files from it, because I don't think that those team members are the ones that worked on Diddy Kong Racing.
Yeah, I think they've all gone. All the ones that was on Stanford's team, they're all gone by now. I think the last one left in like 2012, I think.
But they should still have the files from it, especially for having worked on the DS port.
Yeah, they should still have the files.
So they should still have files on that. They should have that information. They could do a Conker's Bad Fur Day 2. They could actually do a new Killer Instinct for the next platform coming, with additional characters and stuff like that. Or
I would have just started a whole new game with Killer Instinct. I would have been like, we'll keep like 2 characters, probably Jago and Orchid, and everybody else gonna be new.
Yeah,
that's what I would have did.
Or at least at the start, everybody else would be new, and then as time goes on, add in other characters and story elements. But still, there's a lot of room for developing stuff. Like, and even they go back and take is it Jetpack was the game?
Jetpack, yeah.
Yeah, they can make a new iteration of that.
I mean, when they dropped the Rare Replay, that's what I thought they were going to do. I thought that was the whole purpose of like dropping Rare Replay, to get their fan base like, look, these are some of the titles that we have control of, and let us know what you think. And then we just go from there. But I'm like, y'all ain't do that.
They don't have any reason to not make a new Banjo-Kazooie game.
No reason not to, especially since you let Nintendo put them back in Smash Brothers, and I got my behind tore up the other weekend online by a Banjo user. That was not fun. All he did was Wild Wing. And you know who you are if you're watching this. I'm coming for my rematch. That being said,
but they're just not doing anything with all the IPs that they have.
Yeah,
and I'm like, Halo Infinite looks beautiful, but Halo ain't gonna be the only thing that y'all can't be the only thing that y'all work with. Halo and Gears.
Yeah, I'm like, if you do Perfect Dark right, bruh, like, Zero did not sell well, but that's because that wasn't Perfect Dark.
That really was not Perfect Dark. All y'all gotta do is go back to the first game, forget Zero, say Zero was an alternate universe or whatever.
Because that's what I think it was, and just go from there.
Just count it as an off count it as a what if story for the Perfect Dark series, and move forward.
Yeah. Perfect Dark was way too good to not be done properly. That's why I was like, I'm like Shadow Fox. If you're not gonna do nothing with it, give it back to Nintendo. If you ain't gonna do nothing with it,
I would say, look, if you ain't gonna do nothing with them IPs, sell them back.
Yeah,
series,
just sell them back. Because you really think Nintendo ain't gonna do something with Jet Force Gemini and Perfect Dark?
Retro would be sitting there like, oh, we get this catalog? Okay.
It's on the popping now. We're going to need about 400 more people, but it's on the popping now.
Shoot.
Hey, it'll be a game factory coming out of there. Then Microsoft will be trying to buy Retro. So, how does 455 million sound? But yeah, I mean, because I remember Shadow tweeted something out like this past week about that, and I'm like, dude, he actually has a point. If you're not gonna do nothing with this, if I'm Microsoft, that's just money that can come back to me. That's money that can come back to me, because I don't think Nintendo will buy the whole thing. To be real, I don't think Nintendo will buy the whole thing. I think they'll probably just buy like the popular stuff, like stuff they can work with, like Jet Force Gemini, because that's something that the fan base will play. Because we've been clamoring for that since that was a fun game. Perfect Dark, because they need shooters. They do need their own shooter.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think they work better with Cameo too. Cameo will probably work better with that.
They'll work better with Cameo and Viva Pinata.
And Viva Pinata, yeah. And Killer Instinct. I mean, because I would love to see what craziness. Can you imagine Sakurai on a Killer Instinct game? I just thought of that. What would happen if Masahiro Sakurai actually did a traditional fighter?
That game would be loaded with so much stuff.
Yeah. I mean, because Sakurai plays so much stuff, I wonder like what it would be like if Ed Boon was like, hey, Sakurai, you want to take over MK12? I would love to see what he would do with that. Of course, he would have a new thing. It wouldn't be a friendship or mercy. He'd have something called Trolltality, where he just trolls people.
Trollality.
Yeah. Like basically, where you see him just one-shotting everybody and making it look easy while you struggling. Yeah, I went back and watched the Terry Bogard direct. I shouldn't have did that.
No, you shouldn't have. You hurt your own feelings there.
Like, God damn, man. I am not that bad. But then again, it's Sakurai, so I mean, hell, he's doing that while playing two different Pro Controls at the same time.
I don't want to ever get the chance to play a fight. Anytime if I ever got the chance to play a game with him, it would be co-op. It would not be competitive at all.
No.
Nope.
No. Nah. We are co-op and we are friends.
Like, I'm not gonna have you crushing me for 2 to 3 hours. Nah, we ain't doing that.
Nah, because I know I'm not gonna win one. So I just already know that. So we're gonna team up and take out everybody else in here.
Like, I straight up am not playing against you. Like, I'm sorry, just not happening. Look, I'd rather play against the winners of the Smash tournaments than try to take him on. Yeah. So I was just like, yeah, nope.
Yeah, because I'm just sitting there like, man, just watching him. I do like watching his directs where he shows where he goes through it, but it's still like it becomes a point where you usually around the 20-minute mark where you just mad. You're just mad. You like, because you like, it should not be this easy. You making it look easy, and then you go try to do it. And yeah, you get ate up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, not doing it. But I would love to see like what he would do if he actually had like, if they actually let him do like a Tekken or a Dead or Alive. I would love to see what he would do with it.
Oh, if he got his hands on Dead or Alive with as wacky as that series already is.
and he'll probably simplify the stuff so it won't be like ridiculous commands to do. Because
no, I'm not talking about how the game plays. I don't think he really messed with that too much. I'm talking about the story elements.
oh yeah,
The
dude,
ones
yeah,
that he throw in
yeah,
there. Because I'm still messed up in the head over Jan Lee running out into a field, kicking a dinosaur in the face. I was
yeah,
like, I don't know
yeah,
who thought this up, but
yeah. I
well,
can
I
totally
know who
see him
thought it
doing
up.
that.
Never mind, I take that back. I know who thought it up. I'm just like, why the hell?
Yeah. Well, at least we know it won't be like, you know. No, I can't say that. I won't say that. No, I won't even say that. I ain't gonna bring that up. But I know from a gamer standpoint, I would love it because I know he would make it where like it would be accessible for everybody. He'd make it like that. That's just what
Mm-hmm.
he does. Like he's the perfect person to make a game that is easy to pick up, hard to master. Because he'll make it where
And
anybody can
crammed
pick this.
full of content.
Yeah, and you don't need DLC. I'm still tripping off the fact that like people are angry at him for DLC characters when half of them ain't even beat all of the classic roads yet. Like it is 75 characters in this game, and y'all complaining about because you mad that near the 2B from Near Automata ain't in it.
And how did they know she wouldn't end up in it? Well, you
Yeah,
still got more character reveals to come.
yeah. I mean, and I
People
know
just
it's going to be at least one or two more third party people because there's too much begging going on from the actual companies. Because now Overwatch, Blizzard, like, hey, Tracer, we ain't gonna say nothing for Tracer. I mean, if you want to use Tracer, here goes some assets. Like, at this point, I'm like, dude, y'all are being blatant with it, ain't you? And matter of fact, we already came up with her final Smash 2.
We've already sketched this all out for you. All you have to do is just see these poses. This is what you use right here. This right here.
And here's the taunts. Here are all the taunts.
Here's her whole move set. Everything. This is how she teleports. Here. Oh, you want it? You don't want to use that. Oh.
Yeah. Like, because the funny thing about there was another article I read on IGN, not IGN, GameSpot, where they were talking to the Blizzard team, and they were talking about Overwatch 2 and stuff like that. And the interviewer asked about Smash, of course, and they were like, "Yeah, well, we think all our characters could actually potentially be in it, but Tracer." And I'm like, bro,
Tracer's
really?
their mascot, though. That's
Yeah.
why.
And it was just funny to me, but I'm like, actually, he has a point because ever since they introduced guns, I mean, anything's possible now.
I mean, like if I was to pick a character, though, I wouldn't pick Tracer. I'd pick Diva. Honestly,
either
because she can jump. She got the mech, and she can jump
Yeah.
out the mech and be playable outside of it.
And the thing is, like, Diva is way more popular than anybody. Because I would think like either Diva or Doomfist.
Yeah, one of the two of them.
The Doomfist to me just like fits better in terms of Smash. But like to me, I like Tracer, and now I know Tracer's their mascot. But I'm like, yeah, Diva's way more popular than Tracer is.
I'm like just looking at how the characters are. Like she, honestly, if I was to pick one, that's who I'd pick.
Yeah.
Again, she's got the mech that she can run around in, and she can jump out of the mech. It gives her two different distinct styles of gameplay that you can swap between.
And everybody, if anything about Smash Bros, Masahiro Sakurai loves to do crazy stuff.
Yeah. Like have her in the mech, she's got more defense than everybody, but outside of the mech, she takes more damage.
Yeah. But she's faster than everybody, so Zero Suit Samus all over again. Brawl Zero Suit Samus, yeah. Brawl Zero Suit Samus, boy, whoo, that was boy, you talk about somebody that, man, she was so fast, it was getting on your nerves. Yeah, like, I'm like, nah, just keep the suit on. Don't let it come out the suit. Do not let it come out the suit.
Like, no, too late.
Yeah, you just had to let it get the final smash. You dumb. All right, so moving right along. Last week, the Avengers game that's coming out September 4th, hopefully, from Square Enix had another what they call War Table digital event. Now, this one they actually showed some more gameplay. Game looks great. It looks way better than it did last year when they introduced it at Square Enix and everybody laughed at E3. So it looks way better than that. They did introduce a new playable character that will be playable, and that is Hawkeye. I don't know how I feel about that, but okay. I'm not a big Clint Barton fan. I'm not. But I understand for an Avengers game, he is a core Avenger member, so kind of had to have him in there. He sports his Ultimate line look, so except for the bald head. That threw me off. I don't know why they did the bald head, because he wasn't even bald headed in Matt Fraction's run in the comics, so I don't understand that. But you guys can check that out over on the Marvel channel, the Square Enix channel. Hell, everybody was doing it last week, so but it's about 20 minutes, but for some reason they showed like the same screenshots over and over for an hour, so I don't know if they ever cut that out or not, but it's in there. I will be live streaming, or trying to live stream the beta, because I'll have it on the PS4. So I will be live streaming that beta come this week sometime. I think it starts the 7th, which is a Friday. So I will be live streaming Friday night over on the Geek Life Gaming channel. So I'll leave a link to the description for that, because I got a couple videos coming up that I'm posting there. Like I said last week, that's where I'm going to be posting all the game. I'm trying to keep everything uniform, so it'd be easier for me to keep track of. So all of the gaming will be on that channel. So if you're subscribed here, please subscribe over there for the gaming stuff. So, but yeah, I like the idea where they have a war zones. I like the idea of the characters that they have. My only real issue is I hope this isn't a QTE game where you do a couple of moves and then it's a QTE event. You do a couple of moves, and this is another quick time event. You do one combo, quick time event. I hate that. Let me play. I understand the reason for quick time events and when you're leading into like a cinematic event, but sometimes some of these games, and the most egregious offender was God of War 2, in my opinion. They did quick time events like, I'm like, bruh.
Way too many of them.
Bruh, like it was about as bad as Zack Snyder in that slow-mo camera.
Oh, yeah.
It was about as bad. It would be like one move, QTE, like, come on, man.
You get a combo in, then it slides into a QTE. You can run around for a little bit, get another combo in, QTE. Yeah, they did.
Now, God of War 3 wasn't bad with it. They kind of scaled back. But God of War 2, oh, man. That's the Zack Snyder damn beat 'em ups. So, just because I'm like, dude, they just went overboard with it, I would say. So that's the only thing I'm getting from what I have seen. I'm hoping when I play the game, it'll be way different, because I really want to pick this one up. You guys know I'm a comic book head. I love comic book games. I like the Batman Arkham games. I would love for them to do a Justice League game, but we'd have to see how that will work out. I'm interested in looking in playing this, but y'all know what I really want: the X-Men. y'all know I want the X-Men, man. I can't get enough of my X-Men in Ultimate Alliance. That I'm kind of, people tell me I'm a little bit what's the word I'm looking for?
Obsessed?
Prejudiced as it would be, because I only play with the X-Men and the black characters. What? I don't like the Avengers like that. I'm just saying. Now, for real though, I really only just play with the X-Men, honestly. And I play with the X-Men. I do play with the Defenders, because I do like playing with Iron Fist and Luke Cage. But like in that game, I usually only just play with the mutants for the most part. I just play with the mutants. But I would love to see if this blows up, if the Avengers game does do well, I would love to see an X-Men game, a true up X-Men game like we got on GameCube and OG Xbox and PS2.
Mm-hmm.
X-Men Legends. I love that game, but I would love to see like a more action adventure, not a dungeon crawler type situation. So I read something else that was actually pretty cool. Are you a fan of Ubisoft?
Depends.
Are you a fan of Splinter Cell?
Yes.
Are you waiting for that next? You ready for that next Splinter Cell game?
I will hopefully be.
You ain't getting one. You're not getting one, but you are getting a Netflix series. That's what you're getting from the writers of John Wick. Somebody gonna kill Sam Fisher dog. You know what's about to go down.
That does sound like it would be good though. Having the John Wick people work on a Splinter Cell show. But I still want a Splinter Cell game.
And you know, I think the funny thing about this is when I saw people talking about it, that's what they were saying. They're like, okay, that's nice and all, and thank you, I think, but I don't care. I want a game. They're like, I don't care. I really want a game. Like, okay, Watch Dogs Legion. Okay, we don't care. Can we get like Sam Fisher? Yeah, okay, y'all doing some Division. That's nice and everything. Can I get some Splinter Cell action, please? Because me personally, I love the Splinter Cell they had on the Wii U. Well, then again, it was because how they used the Wii U, and that was the best version of that game, hands down.
And then the 360 version would be the better one after that because that had the Kinect controls.
Yeah, Kinect controls. But the Wii U version had, you could like mark your stuff on the game, man.
And it had that little that drone you could use.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Guiding it with the gamepad. That's why people looked at the Wii U sideways, but that had a lot of potential for games.
Mm-hmm. And me personally, I just wonder what store they would use for the series because they didn't say anything. They just said it's coming to Netflix. I don't even know how many episodes they're getting.
Well, if they're going to do that, then I hope they actually start at the beginning with like the first Splinter Cell.
Mm-hmm. And they just go from there.
Yeah.
Do like a season per game.
Like 1 or 2 seasons per game, yeah.
Okay. Because, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to blow up because Netflix has some good series, man.
Yeah, and they have been doing some good video game adaptations of stories.
Now, the only thing is it's going to get canceled after 4 seasons. But, yeah, I'm just saying it's going to have.
Why you got to hurt everybody like that, man? Why you got?
Have you not been paying attention to what Netflix do? Netflix have a series that's just dope and fire, and everybody we watch can't wait for it to come back.
No, they've been doing that. No,
season 4. They're like season 4. Oh, your time is up. But it's at the height of its popularity. Your time is up.
We're done with it.
We're done. We're out. Next. That's what they're doing. So, and by the way, season 4 of Castlevania will be the last one written by Warren Ellis. So if it does get a season 5, it's going to be a whole new team writing it.
Whoever picks up,
same showrunner.
Stick with the story points he's made because I hate when a new writer pops in and they like, I got to change everything to how I want it to be.
Yeah.
Don't do it all at once.
Yeah.
Slowly cook the frog. Don't throw hot water on it.
Well, here's my thing. Hopefully season 4 will kind of end the Trevor Cypher run. Hopefully, and especially if we know this is going to be his last season. That way, if you get season 5, you can kind of go, okay, when you bring your new writer in, you can start with you can go either Richter or Simon or somebody else. That way, you can just leave it like that. Let him end his story. And then whoever else, whatever other writer come in, bring in another Bell, just bring in a whole another Belmont.
Either way, they still have to at least feed off the story beats he's already set down.
But that way it'll be easier than trying to like have somebody else come in and try to write Trevor and Cypher and nah.
Oh no, I agree. I agree with that point. Let him finish those character story. The only one that'll keep going forward is Alucard because
he can't die. Yeah, and you would need him for the Richter stuff anyway. So
yeah,
I mean that way you would at least have it where you can say, okay, we got to hold because it's still the same showrunner. The showrunner hasn't went anywhere. It's just a writer. So
Yeah.
he was the writer, and he helped. I think that he was writer and had an executive producer credit too. I think he does have an executive producer credit. So,
So he
but
might not even. He might still be a part of it as executive producer.
yeah,
He's
but
just leaving the writing position.
yeah. So, but that did come out, and it was confirmed. I want to say yesterday. That he did write all the four. Season 4 has already been written, so that's a plus. That's a plus at least.
That
But
is a plus.
going forward, and since now Netflix loves their animated stuff, so they'll have an animated show go 10, 12 seasons if they want. But it's just the live action. The live action stuff, yeah, y'all liked it. Oh man, that was good through 4 years, wasn't it? Yeah, you ain't getting no more. We ain't got
They'll
no
be
more.
breaking everybody's heart.
But we want another season. We ain't got no more seasons.
Oh, like you thought there was a season 6. I'm sorry.
That's so cute. Y'all thought it was another season coming. That's cute. Bring out the next one. So yeah, that's just how Netflix. That's just how they go down, man. That's
See,
why.
man. I still think it would be smart if Konami, Netflix, and I think it's Skybound Entertainment, because they're the ones that took over all the stuff Telltale Games had. If the three of them got together and did a Telltale game series for Castlevania to fit in between these seasons, they're just fill in little details. Some of the stuff that has to happen, and then just other points can be frivolous and whatever. They make a lot of money off of, but they're not using their brains.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, that's one way to look at it, because they could do that. I mean, because they tried to do that with what was those 2 games they did? They did one for Narcos, then they did a game for
Game of Thrones.
no, the Jim Henson Dark Crystal.
Yeah,
Dark
I was
Crystal.
going
They
to
did
say
a
I knew
game
what
for
you were
that.
talking about. I couldn't think of the name of it.
Yeah, but yeah, it was they did one for Dark Crystal. So I'm like, they have dabbled, even though like they did the type of gameplay. They did that grid tactical. I hate that. The only one I like is that one you got me on Cross Zone. That's the only one I like, and I think the only reason why I like it is because it's so ridiculous that I ain't have no choice but to like it. It's like the humor is right up my alley. So also that needs to come to Switch. So chop
Planning
chop.
a video for that too.
Chop chop. So yeah, but yeah, Splinter Cell coming to Netflix. Let us know in the comments what you guys think about it. Are you worried? Are you intrigued? Would you watch it?
I will watch it, but it better come with a game following it. I mean, they did good with Witcher.
Yeah, they did go with Witcher. They did,
But
even though it was
The Witcher,
confusing as hell at first.
yeah, The Witcher also has a game that people still go back to play currently.
Yeah.
Splinter Cell does not have that right now. Ubisoft uses this as an opportunity to make a new game. Don't have to launch with the series. Heck, it can launch after the season finale.
Yeah.
They can launch after that.
So yeah, because the last one was 2013. Damn, it's been 7 years since we had a Splinter Cell game. Huh.
It's been a minute.
Damn, it has been a minute.
And that was right before Xbox One and PS4 came out.
Also, Sam Fisher for Smash.
I mean, you got Snake in there, might as well.
Might as well, yeah. So we had that. So we had that head to head. I mean, that's why I want Sephiroth in there, so Ganondorf can finally beat the crap out of Sephiroth. But that's just that's just me. I mean, Link handles Cloud. I just started something in the comment section.
That's a messed up fight there. Like, you got Link and Ganondorf against Cloud and
Sephiroth. Oh, dude, that's the trailer. That's the trailer right there. That is the trailer. That is the trailer.
Oh, man. I swear.
People get mad though. People get mad because they swear they should have Tifa in there. I'm like, Tifa ain't.
She's not as popular as everybody thinks she is.
And she's really not. I mean, she's popular because people love to cosplay as her. But I'm like, dude, like, it's Sephiroth. If anything, I'm like, if they're gonna pull another Final Fantasy character, it's gonna be Sephiroth. That's the only one that makes sense.
Or one of the various editions of Sid.
Sephiroth.
No, yeah. If we're gonna pick a character like as far as popularity from the series, it would either be Sephiroth, or if they don't want to go back to Final Fantasy VII, probably Squall.
Yeah, because he actually makes sense too.
Yeah,
but I just think I've always, ever since they said Cloud got in, I'm like, why ain't nobody trying to put Sephiroth in here?
I just think that Sakurai don't want to make that sword as ridiculously long as it has to be. That's probably what it is.
Because then you would have an issue, because it would be a reach issue.
Yeah, it would just make him slow.
They'd have to make him slow as hell.
He'd have to be very slow. He could have the attack range, but he'd be slow.
Yeah. But I can already think of 4 or 5 ways around him, depending on who you get.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you got a character that's good with counters.
Yeah, like every last Fire Emblem character. Boy, that'll piss people off. Oh, you gonna get Sephiroth? Okay, Roy.
Like I got Roy, Marth, Ike,
Lucina. Don't make me get Robin. Don't make me get Corin.
It's just good too. Like, nah, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone.
Yeah. I think about it. Yeah. No Sephiroth, because people be complaining. But okay, so let's see. We got to talk about this trailer that came out, because it kind of hurt my heart a little bit. But I'm going to reserve judgment of the game until I actually play it, because it is coming to Game Pass. And that is Battletoads. We finally got a release date, and we got a trailer. The release date is August 20th. It is coming to Xbox, PC, and Game Pass. The trailer does look like a Saturday morning cartoon. It does look like it's ADD. It looks like they're going for that Spider-Man Unlimited. Not Unlimited. It was a version of Spider-Man that came out. It was right after Spectacular Spider-Man that came out, where he was doing like all kind of crazy stuff. They'd have pop-ins where they pop into break the fourth wall, and then they come back out. And you're like, this is Deadpool, not Spider-Man. But I'm
trying to think. I don't think I saw that.
I want to say it wasn't Unlimited. It was something else.
Unlimited followed the Amazing Spider-Man cartoon series.
Yeah, so it was Spider-Man something, but I can't remember what. Spider-Man Ultimate.
Ultimate Spider-Man?
Yeah, that's what it was. So they kind of do that a little bit. I still don't like that art style. I don't like that art style. I mean, if you were going to make it look like late 90s Johnny Bravo or Powerpuff Girls, then you should have went all the way with it. And they kind of didn't do that. The trailer had it had a couple of moments that made me chuckle a little bit. That's the only reason why I'm kind of going to give it a shot, because if you can make me laugh, I'll go with it. But the one thing about the Battletoads game was it was ridiculously hard. And gamers nowadays ain't going to play nothing like that. They're going to claim it's broken. So,
but that was the purpose of Battletoads.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure they're going to have an easy mode on it. Just because.
Look, I don't care if they have an easy mode. Have your easy mode. Just make sure that like the core game is difficult. That's all I care about.
Yeah. Because they did look like they had a hoverboard section in the trailer. It looked like that's what they were going for.
If it is not as fast as the one the one with the walls,
yeah,
I'm gonna blow through it.
Yeah, because I was looking at him like, this looks like it could be hard, but since I'm not playing it, I can't gauge it. So
you can't really gauge how difficult a game's gonna be to you off of how someone else plays it.
Yeah. So, but like I said, I will give it a chance. It's coming out on Game Pass August 20th. It releases on Game Pass with the game, so I'll probably live stream that as well.
Yeah, I'll be giving it a shot too,
just to see how it is. And if I like it, hey, I might go on and buy it. If not, it's just gonna stay on Game Pass.
Look, if they have the hover bike section and that theme song kicks in, that loyal theme song kicks in for that section,
Yeah.
I will be hyped. Then I will take back it. Well, I won't take back every negative thing I've said about it. I'll take back most of them.
I mean, it still looks bad. It still does look bad.
It
That
still
ain't
looks bad.
changed. It looks the art style to me does not work. It just doesn't work.
It's because if they could have done that art style if they made the game look a little bit more gritty, because that's how Battletoads has been. It's been gritty,
Yeah.
kind of
Wouldn't
like
it
how
supposed to have been like the anti Ninja Turtles?
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
well, I mean, it's like more like
Well,
the Turtles were when they originally released in the comics.
yeah. I mean, it was supposed to be like that. Not like it was the anti what the cartoon was back
Yeah,
then.
anti-cartoon.
Yeah.
Kind of. It kind of makes me. I would say it's more like was it like trying to think Savage Dragon, like those comics.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where it was it was really violent, but at the same time, it was funny. It was comical. Like, so they could have gone with that art style and made it more gritty and look more gritty. They could have done that. They didn't do it though.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, that's the only thing that I'm really worried about. So we're gonna see. We'll see. So it's coming up on an hour. Y'all know I try to get you out of here within an hour, but we got two more things to talk about. So we're gonna go through this other one real quick. And we're in August now, and I meant to do this last month. So please forgive me. I just kept forgetting about it. And that's 6 months of 2020, and it's been a 2020. So that being said, I wanted us to give our thoughts on how the first half of the year went. I thought it's been okay, honestly, especially with what's happened and how people have had to readjust. I mean, having no E3, I know we complain about E3 a lot, but it kind of
I kind of feel empty this year.
yeah, I kind of missed it. I mean, yes, people complain about E3. I get it. I've complained about E3 because sometimes like them conferences be boring. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, especially when you have people sitting up there just spouting PR nonsense. So I think it was a blessing in disguise, but I did kind of miss it. I missed Gamescom. I missed San Diego Comic-Con. I mean, I'd have missed a lot of stuff that normally we be getting information from that people trying to do digital events. They ain't never done them before, so it feels kind of weird. So the people who have done them before ain't doing them.
Nintendo.
And, I mean, geez, dude, what the hell we got to do to get a damn direct around here? That's a joke, people. Before anybody get mad, that's a joke. But yeah, so the first half, we've had some pretty good games come out. There's some games that I've been wanting to try that I'm like I said at the beginning, I'm gonna have to wait till the end of the year before I can get it. But we've had a lot of remakes too. But then again, it is what it is. But I just want to bring up a couple games that I think are pretty good that I don't think people pretty much know about. One of them is a fighting game, Under Night In-Birth. If you like the Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle game,
okay.
You would love Under Night In-Birth. And I'm going to be doing some more gameplay of that because it's a fun fighter. It really is. What's the other one that I played? Trials of Mana. It's a remake, but I think Square Enix did a good job on it. I really do. I think they did a fantastic job on it. It's an action RPG as opposed to turn-based. So if you don't like turn-based and you want to play action, hey, give it a shot. It's a fun game. I think you will not be disappointed. I can't say enough about Streets of Rage 4 outside of the fact that you should have gave me Shiva. And I ain't talking about Streets of Rage 3 Shiva. I'm talking about Shiva that's in the damn game.
Yeah. I actually
should
have gave us Streets of Rage 2 and 4 Shiva to play with, since both versions of that character are in the game.
Basically. So, but I can't say enough about Streets of Rage 4. It is an awesome game. I know a lot of people say, well, this is my game of the year. I kind of like Streets of Rage 4. I know it's not going to get it, but I like
it. Honestly, is one of those games that should be up there.
But it's not.
But we know it's not because it's not one of the bigger budget titles.
Yeah. But I think Emu and Lizard Cube, I think they did a great job and they need to be commended. They should win something for it. They should.
Yeah, they should.
Because that's just, to me, it's one of the best games of the year so far. And just being honest. I have not played Ghost of Tsushima. I've seen my friends play it, and I am very interested and intrigued to play it. But I can't talk about stuff I don't play. So that's that. I can't talk about Animal Crossing New Horizons either because I didn't play that. But I did have two people on my channel that did play it. So I might be doing another podcast because they just released another update. I might be doing another podcast with them. Just to see how the new stuff's going. Trails of Cold Steel 3 did release for the Switch on June 30th. If you are a fan of RPGs, now this is a turn-based RPG, and we did not get the first two games in the series that have been localized. Really, it's a lot more games in the series that I'm just finding out of that have not been localized. But we didn't get the first two. If you have a PS4, you could get it on those systems. I chose to get Trails of Cold Steel 3 on the Switch because I think the Switch is better for action adventure and especially RPG games because I can take it with me anywhere. But I am enjoying Trails of Cold Steel 3. I think it's a great game. I still got some gameplay left to get in before I can do my let's talk on it. But yeah, I am enjoying that one a lot. Let's see what else is there for me to. PS4. There is a game on PS4 that I got that I enjoy playing that I need to get back to, and that is Grand Blue Fantasy. If you've seen the anime for it, then you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen the anime for it, I can't explain it. It'll take too long. So just know it's a beautiful game by Sai Games and CyberConnect, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, those are the games that I would say Final Fantasy VII Remake, but I have issues with that game for personal reasons. And I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, any games you want to bring up from the first half of the year?
Well, there's a game that's not really known on Steam. It's called Alpha Version 0 that recently released. I think back in February this year. It's a Mega Man style game. Kind of fits in that niche between X and the Zero series. If anybody's interested in like platformers and Mega Man games, definitely just go check that out. Then there's I think One Finger Death Punch 2 came out earlier this year.
It did?
Yeah. That came out earlier this year. That's something to pick up. Like, look, if you like games that are fast paced and just you get to see a slew of bodies knocked over, I go ahead and get it. There was something else that recently came out too that I was thinking about. I'm drawing a blank. I'm not even going to sit here and try to focus on it.
Okay.
But those are the ones that stick with me right this moment because I haven't played One Finger Death Punch 2. I'm planning on getting that, but Alpha Version 0, it released in February. It got an update sometime last month that added extra content in for new game plus mode. So it was a free update and they added in the achievements and stuff. And they're probably preparing it so it can go to other platforms, hopefully. But like I said, if you're a Mega Man fan, you'd be interested in it. So.
All right. So trust me, at the end of the year, we will do this properly. and in time and on time, we won't be a whole 2 months out from December before we do the full year game. So just know that. So before we say goodbye, like last episode, we have a spotlight that we want to give on a YouTuber that we've been watching, and this is Contraviction. Her YouTube channel will be in the description below. You can catch her on Twitter. That'll also be in the description. Her latest couple vids deal with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
She's doing a Turtles in Time playthrough.
Yeah, and Turtles in Time, I love that game. It's one of my favorite games. So give a shout out, show us some love, and let her know that you heard about it from us. Or not, we don't care. We're still gonna be doing it. But just check her out. Like I said, she does gameplay vids. She does a lot of other type vids as well. I think you'll actually like her content. So just give her a shout out, show her some love, act like you have some home training, and tell her we said hello. All right, people. All right. So, anything you want to pimp out before we get out of here?
Just check my channel out this week. There'll be videos. That's all I got to say.
All right.
It won't be the desert it's been.
All right. All right. Also, once again, I'm going to leave a link to the Geek Life Gaming channel in the description as well. Check out over there. I am dropping the arcade of the live stream that I did a couple weeks ago for Astral Chain that did not, for some reason, stay on YouTube. I'm still trying to figure out why that didn't stay, but I let it go. So that will be up. Check out that channel. Like I said, it's going to be in the description below. Don't forget, check out Contraviction. Leave her a shout out. And we'll see you guys on the next vid. Peace out. Wakanda forever.
Peace out, everybody.